All right, our countdown closer says investors listen up. A lot has changed in the last 24 hours. He's David Waddell, $800 billion in assets under management. He's the president and CEO of Waddell and Associates. What changed?
Well, I mean, we got three things in play here, and the markets are right to rally. One, you got a rate cut from the Fed, and that's good news. But the big news is they're committed to another $1 trillion of money printing and stimulus. That's huge. Number two, you got a really good number, relative to where it's been, out of China and the United States on their PMI reports. In the United States, new orders were up, new exports were up, employment numbers were up, at least off a low base. That could be a turn. Remember, China and the U.S. account for about 50% of global GDP growth. Everybody else is just a vendor to those two countries. And so if they've turned the corner, that's positive. And then the employment report that we received today just sort of validates that the consumer's in a good enough spot to keep us moving forward.
Knowing that, what sectors do you like? We have on your screen healthcare, financials, and cash. Why?
Well, I mean, healthcare is good either way, just because it's been beaten down from a sentiment perspective. But I'll remind your viewers that lobbyists write the laws, not the legislators. So I think that's somewhat overblown. So market goes up, market goes down. Healthcare looks okay. I put financials in there because I said, well, if it breaks to the upside, then you want to own financials. That's a cyclical call. Financials, industrials, metals and mining, any of that kind of pro-cyclical stuff. And then the cash, we've held a cash position since July. We're actually in a posture of maybe reducing that now that we've seen some turn, but I do think it's not all clear yet. It's just at the margin improving. So
David
maybe a
Waddell,
little cash on hand is a good idea.
Thank you for joining us, David.